Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to one of the most beautiful places on earth. And I kid you not, it is known as Taman de Dari. It has these giant, beautiful statues of goddesses. Why are we here? To talk about why I'm picking these coins. I've just decided I want to go to really beautiful places and have these conversations, so we are here. Congratulations. You're welcome. So, I keep getting the question, which coins specifically? Yeah, right? People have already, no, up, come on. I'm the best cameraman on earth. So people have already asked, we've gone through the journey of how to pick sectors, how to pick risk, how to do all that stuff. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So now, looking at how do you pick specific coins within the sector itself, right? So let's take, for example, we're looking at AI. Also, look at this statue. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So, let's say for AI, right? Are you going to pick coins that are the layer one of AI? Are you going to pick the models? Are you going to pick the agents? Are you going to pick the hardware that runs it? All of that. If you haven't seen the previous video, watch the previous video, how to pick cryptos. Now, for something like Dpin, it gets pretty simple. You're either going to pick the layer ones, or you're going to pick one of the Dpins that does something functional in the world, right? So in the Dpin space, it's a brand new space. So if you're picking something, I'm not here to pick something and stay there for, I don't know, whatever period of time. Peak is the only one that I would hold long term, but that's because we're building on peak, right? We're biased to it. Also, in the meantime, look at the beautiful fucking place. This I invest in. This is an asset that I make sure I invest in all the time, and that is my lifestyle, my quality of life, the places that I go to, the literal experience that I have. Nobody talks about experience as a valuable asset. Nobody talks about woodwork as a valuable asset. People should be talking about woodwork more. So, okay, let's just get to the point. Which specific ones would I look at? Which ones do I like? And these are the amazing people that make this happen.
Good afternoon.
Hi, guys. These are the Taman from Taman de Dari.
Taman Dadari.
Yeah, there you go. So, the obvious choices are yes. If you're a beginner, Bitcoin, Ethereum, don't fuck this up. Just go with that, right? Now, if you're somebody a little bit more advanced, XRP has been a great play. Yes, it's done a lot already. It has another, maybe a 3x left in it, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. But still, for a safe bet, it's a fantastic bet. Ethereum is literally an underappreciated asset right now. Okay, most people are talking shit about it. It's because most people are most people. Don't listen to most people. The president has said to buy it. His son keeps telling you to buy it. So just fucking buy it. Or don't. Do whatever you want. If you want to lose your money somewhere else, go ahead and lose your money somewhere else. So then we get down into I have a whole list, but it's on this phone. So for me to pull it up and actually show you is going to be a little bit more complicated. So I'm not going to do that. I tried doing it, but it doesn't work properly for certain things. Now let's go down the list. Solana, obvious. Okay, right now Solana is getting a lot of slack because people are unsure about this and that. I expect it to go down to maybe $80, but I am more than happy to pick that up whenever that happens. Okay, Sui is the new Solana. It's the chosen one. So if you have been thinking about, picking up some Sui, pick up some Sui. Now, look at this for a second. Invest in goddess statues. These things are, that's a person, and that is God. Do not fuck with God. Okay? This is why it's one of my favorite places to be. All right, back to the point. The when it comes to layer ones, right? Something like Avalanche is going to have an insane amount of usage. There's a lot of people that are already, there's a lot of stable coins and things that are already being built on it. BlackRock is probably going to build a stable coin on it. So XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Avalanche, Sui, Solana. Now you have 1,000 layer ones you could pick up that are all amazing layer ones to pick up. Near is obviously my favorite AI-based layer one, but also because when you look at the fundamentals of it, it has a lot of fundamentals behind it, and very few people are talking about it, right? So I always like picking things up that very few people talk about, and then when a lot of people talk about it, I dump it, right? On Real Vision, Jamie Coots has presented multiple times and shown how this is one of the best investments, one of the most underrated ones that most people don't realize is one of the best ones out there. As far as like the other kind of AI plays, I'm not picking up any models, right? In this case, there's a lot of different kind of things coming out. Render is by far my favorite play, by far, because Render is me double dipping, triple, quadruple, quintuple, sextuple dipping. Yes, that's a thing. It's not a dirty thing only, okay? It's basically me dipping 6 times because I get to get a little bit. It's useful for AI. It's useful for metaverse. It's useful for gaming. It's useful for real world assets. It's a Dpin play. It's a leveraged Solana play. All of those things put together make it one of the best bets that I can make out there. Okay. Now, as far as we got Dpin. I mean, peak blockchain is huge. I definitely think, I'm biased, but also I'm a mercenary with my capital. So as far as I'm concerned, I feel like Peak is, I have not seen another blockchain that's dedicated to Dpin the way Peak is. And the thing people don't understand is different blockchains have different purposes, right? They have different goods and bads and pros and cons. Now, when it comes to building something like a Dpin play and you want to actually connect together all these devices that are all going to kind of speak to each other and track all this data and do all this stuff, they need to be able to talk to each other, and you need something seamless for that process to be able to play out. So Peak makes that completely seamless. It makes it modular. It makes it easy for anybody to be able to connect as many devices as they like to it. It also makes it so that when one project comes online, another project can leverage that project's users, network, hardware, IDs. Like, for example, we're creating this thing called multi-miners. Not even that we're creating it, somebody's creating it. And they're these hardware devices that you plug in that we're literally going to buy these things. They're going to be $9 a month to rent. We're going to rent 100, at least that's the plan, and give them to farmers. Get them to plug it in and connect it to the internet, and they are going to generate right now about $50 worth of tokens. And not just fugazi, worthless, garbage tokens that don't do anything. This is it has storage, it has processing, it's a full-on compute device that can be rented for whatever functionality you need to rent it for. So therefore, people will pay to rent it, and because of that, it's something valuable. $50 of tokens at today's prices, before they do a 10, 20, 50x or go to zero, right? So that way of investing in something that has all of these different functionalities hooked up is something that I really like. Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of coins that I'm going to miss, like Chainlink. Chainlink is probably one of my favorite leverage type plays because one, Chainlink is selected. They're connected to the DTCC. They're connected with the biggest players out there. They're going to connect the traditional financial system with the digital the decentralized financial system. With the digital financial system, they're going to connect together, 1, 2, 1, 2. But they're also, it's data. If you want to invest in something, data is a fantastic thing to invest in, right? Because data is necessary for everything. All these blockchains, they don't really mean anything until they actually until the data is fed in and you actually get something valuable out of it, right? So looking at the ones that I'm interested in, like, okay, for example, Atom and Dot and Polygon. Those are some of the most undervalued things today. Nobody likes to talk about them. Everybody's ignoring them. It's because during this time, you have been convinced to watch dogs with hats and cats with rats and bats with tats. I mean, I need to release that coin. Bat with tat coin, meme coin, that would be great. But while the real, actually valuable, solid plays are all underappreciated as we speak. Okay, so Atom, insane amount of usage. Also a selected one. I think it's considered an over ledger or an under ledger or one of those things. Matic, now Polygon. It's a layer 2 of Ethereum. Like, what the fuck do you expect is going to happen to the thing that is actually creating the block space on Ethereum? But most people aren't even looking at it. If you actually look at the chart is bottoming out now. So this thing has slowly gone into a bear market, and today it's actually getting to the point of bottoming out in that bear market. And yet most people are ignoring it because they're ignoring ETH. And that's when you want to buy things, right? Atom is going to be used a lot. Which one's the other one? Dot. Do not fucking sleep on Dot. Okay, Dot is out there trying to buy. They're trying to buy TikTok. Like, if they fucking buy TikTok, what do you think happens to this whole thing? By the way, check out this fog. Look at the fogginess of the fog. It's just so foggy. It's like magic, yeah? Yeah, that's why I love living here. This is there is nowhere else in the world that I go that I imagine is better than home. Okay? You literally can't pay me to leave this place. Because why would I leave that? That literally looks like it's a fucking movie. It is, because it's my life. But anyways, back to the point. Dot, polka dot, right? What I love are plays where things are, oh well, come here for a second. Look, this is Raspati. This guy. Hello, Raspati, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
You alright, buddy? Nice. He's one of the legends helping run Farmsent with his smile. Okay. But my table's over there. I'll see you in a second, yeah? So, things where you can actually build your own blockchains is going to be a huge functionality that all the institutional players are looking at, that most people are sleeping on. And what is that? It's like, let's say you want to build your own chain, you can build it on Dot, right? Dot allows you to build your own chains. Atom allows you to build your own chains. Now, what most people are doing is they're looking at it from a place of fundamentals. They're saying, oh, it doesn't make enough fees, therefore, Solana's the only one. But when the real speculative mania comes, these chains all get hyperinflated along the way. Okay, because there's a shit ton of really valuable things that are underpriced, yet are being built and used in a way that they're building the infrastructure of the future. And the value in them will accrue not because of the fees, not because of some like stupid fucking profit to earnings ratio or something like that. It's actually because they are actually being used and they're going to hyperinflate in this process, right? So, XRP bag. This is going to be a nice little bag. Okay, and then we have, RWA. So for RWA, one of the ones that has been talked about a lot, I wouldn't say a lot, but enough that it actually makes a difference. Order something. They took our table? No, that's the table. Yeah, you can hang out there. You don't have to sit on the chairs. It's called Chex. 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 Like, the cereal? Chex? Something like Chex. It's an exchange out of Singapore that's actually going to be listing RWA things. Obviously, Ondo. Like, Ondo, do not sleep on Ondo. Ondo is one of the chosen ones by Trump. You know that for sure. And then On blockchain is the one that Ondo's going to be working with. So that's another thing to really not sleep on, and go and look at the charts. Here's some more legends. Here's some more taman de dar. Aku taman, yeah. On blockchain is going to be insane. On Do is going to be insane because those ones, one, they're chosen, but also, speaking of which, one of the chosen ones is JITO, JTO. It's a liquidity pool that is in the list of things that the fund of David Sachs invested in. Now, what you want to do is you want to look up the list of the fund of David Sachs, look at the coins in there, and JITO is a liquidity pool, which is basically a DeFi play on Solana. So it leverages Solana, leverages DeFi, leverages Trump, leverages, David Sachs in whichever position that he is in right now. So again, so many obvious plays to be able to angle towards, right? So as far as DeFi, it's pretty obvious. If you want just basic ETH exposure, that's your Uniswap is going to be amazing. Aave is the biggest lending platform. Do you think that one's not going to do some insane return? I would be surprised if that happens. And then if you want to get into, Solana plays, DeFi plays, JITO, we already spoke about that. Jupiter, Radium, Orca. Orca is one of the ones that I think is going to do amazing. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's going to do amazing. Pith is a data play on Solana. It's probably going to do amazing. That's why I'm happy to buy it. And then on the meme side of things, right? If you think about it, if Ethereum hasn't had its day in the sun for a long time, if Ethereum still hasn't done what it needs to do, then ETH memes still haven't moved in a significant way, right? Doge is Doge, but Shiba it's an ETH meme. It hasn't really gone anywhere, and I think it's going to be super undervalued. For me, as far as safety is concerned, that's one of the ones that I consider to be super safe as I burp up my lunch. And then, of course, the rest of the memes are all Solana plays. Those are the ones that, you already know those ones. But if anything, I would do SPX, Great Cult, Giga, Great Cult, Great Mission, still going to be solid. Whiff, Dog Whiff Hat, because why not? Cats and hats and rats and bats are all hot, so why not buy a dog with a hat on it? Trump. I think Trump is going to be by far the biggest meme. I think Trump is going to achieve Doge levels of memacity, and it is going to be one of the most underappreciated things out there. So, looking at all of those things, some are layer ones, some are projects, some are functional apps, some do certain things, right? So whatever, the way to think about it is, which ones make sense to you? If you understand, let's say you're somebody young and you understand the meme world, and you understand that there's this virality to the world, and that makes more sense to you, that's what I buy. I buy things that make sense to me. I don't buy things just because somebody says them. I buy things that, in my framework of understanding, will be actually valuable in some capacity. Or at least I can understand why they're going to be valuable, right? So I would recommend doing the same thing. Just, focus on the things that make sense. Don't get too crazy. That's the other thing. People end up getting way too many things, right? If you go out and if you're like, Sim said this, Sim said that, Sim said that. First of all, if you're buying because Sim said it, you're an idiot. Welcome to the Idiot Club. Look at how gorgeous that looks. Just magic. Magic. So, if you're getting them because I said them, then you're an idiot. If they make sense to you, then definitely do it. Now, the mistakes you are probably going to make, maybe you've already made it, is you're going to go out and get 20 of these things and 30 memes. So you're going to miss when the real moves happen. It's going to be way too much to keep track of. You're going to lose access to wallets. Things are going to get fucked up all the time. So you want to make sure that you only get enough plays, that you're diversified enough, but actually stay focused. I personally put everything into XRP when I had the chance. There's a reason why, because then it allows me to focus on one thing at one time. So what I always recommend to people is buy less than 5. If you can, buy less than 5. Fine, memes, okay, have 3 memes on the side that are like whatever. But ideally, the main solid core plays buy less than 5. As far as sectors, 3 sectors, ideally, right? But you're not gonna listen to me. You're gonna do whatever the fuck you want, and you're gonna fuck it up. So go ahead, fuck it up. That's the whole talk. I got Raspati waiting. I'm gonna go hang out with him, and it's been a pleasure. But let's just give you a little full 360. Oh, right. Somewhere over here, or over here, or over there, or over there, or over there, is going to be the next video that pops up. Go ahead and watch it, because why not? I know you got nothing to do. I know you really loved it, so come hang out. It'll be fun. Or not. Hey, buddy. Apa kabar?
Hello.